the Leafs weren't particularly good in the first couple of years you were there. Some blamed it on the young defense. And here's an interview you did, I believe it was in your second season. Let's roll that.
It was, said in the papers a lot last year, I was too slow and this and that. And, I did a lot of power skating this summer and slimmed down by about 15 pounds. So, I feel pretty good, maybe a little weak at times, but I just got to build my strength up as I go, and hopefully, I'll do really well.
What type of team are we going to see this year, Harold?
Not a tough team, not a rough team, but a good, solid team. But don't fool around, or you get what you're looking for.
Well, were you able to give them what they were looking for?
Well, yeah, maybe a little bit too much, right? That's how I ended up down in the American Hockey League. I think I had 100 and some minutes and penalties in 26 games before I got sent down. Because anyway, I mean, it was weird, right? Because as a rookie, I'm 19 years old. Fredrik Boimistruck is 19 years old. And Jim Benning, who they drafted that year, 81, was 18 years old.
Yeah.
So we've got three rookies on the blue line. And it's like, are you kidding me? Like, I mean, it's hard enough playing on a not great team and hard enough playing defense as a young player. And now we've got three teenagers playing on the blue line. And needless to say, it was not a good thing, as Fredrik Boimistruck got sent down before me and during second year. And he played 3 years and then he was out of the game. Like never,
yeah.
He quit after 3 years, played 1 year of senior hockey. And then, he was out of hockey completely. And Jimmy Benning, I don't think Jimmy ever reached the potential that everybody thought he was going to be like. And, we still talk today, Jimmy and I, and, because him being involved in, GM in Vancouver and stuff, his last gig and whatever, but we would see each other and chat and stuff all the time. And it's just like, we look back on that and it's like, oh my God, what the heck was going on with that situation? It was a bit of a gong show. I mean, Mr. Ballard was a great guy, but he wanted to win the Stanley Cup, but he wanted to win it on a shoestring budget.
Right. Pretty hard to do. And you know what, it must have been so tough for you guys, playing in that, the hockey hotbed of Toronto and being under the microscope all the time. And here's a bunch of young kids just trying to make it, trying to, do something here in the NHL, but so much pressure. I mean, it must have been feeling it.
You know what, Joe, it's interesting because, and everybody talks about that today too, even with, the pressure to play in Toronto, whatever. Well, you know what? From the time you could walk, you wanted to play in the National Hockey League, right? And so you look, and we played in Toronto. You didn't know any different. So there was, like, to me, it wasn't pressure. It was like, hey, because, hey, when things are going good in Toronto, there is no better place to play. When things aren't going well, hey, it's not such a, it can be tough, but, when you're, just a sort of foot soldier like I was, I mean, people weren't expecting big things out of me. Like I wasn't going to be the difference between winning the championship or not, like as far as the pressure of being the go-to guy to score the goals or do whatever. I was just one of the foot soldiers. But it's interesting because I remember when I got traded to Chicago Blackhawks back in 87, you go to Chicago and you walk in the dressing room first day of camp. There's one TV crew there. There's two newspaper guys. And you're like, well, you're on the 7th page of the newspaper. And you're like, what the, we're the Chicago Blackhawks. They're like, well, who are they? And I'll tell you, so that's like, and that's the beauty of playing in any Canadian city. Yeah, you get the line. You're a National Hockey League player. It means something. And it's like the football players or basketball players in all these big cities compared to, in the U.S. So, being in Toronto, I think even the players today, when you start there, you don't know any different. But if you've played for 10 years and you've played in small markets in the U.S. that aren't very, media isn't like huge, it's quite a difference, no question about it. But you know what? if you ever, I mean, gosh almighty, if these guys ever win a Stanley Cup, I mean, it's gonna be, it's gonna be unbelievable. I mean, I hope we all get that opportunity to witness it again, because the last time it happened, as you know, I was only 5 years old, so I don't remember.